It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Broncos and the reigning NFC champs on Sunday night.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They go play action here on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the number 1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Now Burrow on first down. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Burrow gets the dump off to Pierce. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Burrow. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 25 yards that time.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On second down, here's Pierce. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Given 2 on the play. 3rd and 2. Now Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go, and move on to the next series.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Burrow looking to pass. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. George Pickens, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Ryan Succop for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they're not able to hook up there, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Looking to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. He'll drop to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It's fourth down. Jake Camarda in punt formation.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Lions nothing.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Burrow. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Complete to Mecole Hardman. 5 yards on the play. And that's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
First down. Here's Burrow. Completes it to Hardman.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
Yeah, the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run here with Pierce.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Pierce.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Dameon Pierce
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Suck up for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Another shot now for this Lions offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This one taken in by Olave.
The pass. Complete to Chris Olave. A gain of 4. It's now
Second and 6. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Olave holds it in.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos.
On the move past the 40.
And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point try now for Succop. And it is now 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out is their quarterback with his offense to take over once more. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
York able to send this one through.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
And Detroit back in possession of the football. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Here's Jake Camarda now.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Again, that's Hurst.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Burrow on 1st down. That's the tight end Hurst with it.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
10 yards.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On second and very short, Burrow. That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney. Pierce now up the middle. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Throw left side here complete to Campbell. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
This drive starts with a Haskins carry. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Complete to Terrace Marshall. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Hand off left side, Pierce.
And he stopped immediately there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
That's a big letdown defensively. They had him stop behind the line, but the face mask going to bail the offense out.
And the hand does not have to be up there for too long. Just a little bit of a grab is going to be enough to get the call and the 15 yards against him.
Now Willis on first and 10.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
It's with pick number 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
On second down, here's a run from Haskins.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Now Willis on the bootleg. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he will have the Broncos first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a handoff for Pierce. They juked him. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He's brought down on the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Another carry for Pierce.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
He was brought down by Jaquan Brisker.
Play action, Willis.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Haskins sidestepping his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with a football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone.
Suck up for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Hassan Haskins. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good. Lions, first down.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Holding, offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Complete to J.K. Dobbins.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He was defended by Marcus Jones.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 69 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
On 3rd down, it's Willis.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. Auden Tate, 39 yards.
And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. We haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. The offense on third down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Lions first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
38-yard line.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He was defended by Tracy Walker.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Complete. Smith has it. And he is going to have a Lions first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll look to throw again.
And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
He was defended by
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He sets to fire deep.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Give to Pierce.
And some room to roam now.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now they'll look to Willis to throw. They'll go underneath to Haskins.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen. But
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Malik Willis
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Broncos add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point put through by Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
2nd and 5.
Complete to number 9. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Complete to number 6. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. It's caught. Smith.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play, had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll set up to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
It's now 3rd down and
Back to
16.
throw. And that is incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out from this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
This is Pierce.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 20.
Again to Haskins up the middle.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
The tackle by Isaiah Rodgers. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.